Hey guys, and welcome back to BBE TV. I am Katie Roberts as always, and I'm here today with Yung Tact.
That's good. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
great.
you doing good?
I'm great. I had a super long weekend, but we got it together. You know what I'm saying? Powered through. Got a couple shots in. We ready to roll.
Awesome. So you are obviously a rapper, and you're verified on Spotify, which I was like, oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, I think I just got Spotify for artists and just signed up to that.
Yeah.
And I guess because I have songs with other people who are also verified, that gave me verification.
Yeah.
I'm not very, I don't do much of that. I kind of forget to do stuff like that. So when it happens, I'm just like, oh, thumbs up.
Yeah, it's so cool though.
Yeah.
So off the bat, my first question for you is, do you have any like music inspirations that you get for when you make your own music?
I'm inspired by just living a lot of the times. You know what I'm saying? Like, I obviously have my inspirations, but like I just live life, and like a lot of the songs like we'll make would be literally just something we were talking about a few minutes ago, and then I'd be like, oh, that's a song, and then we're jokingly, but then it actually happens. So
Yeah.
Even back in the day, we would like make stuff about just living. Like then it would be like, okay, well, I haven't been able to write for a little bit. I'm like, I need to go do some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is, like go to a concert or go to some open mics. Like just be in the scene and like absorb that energy. You know what I'm saying? Then you can come back and have something. Whether it's a dude might have like stepped on your shoe or something, and you just be like, take it and you try to use that as something like to motivate you to like find something to be creative, and I just try to use everything.
No, that's awesome. That's very inspirational. So you're talking about like, back in the day. So how did you get your start in music? Did you always do music? You talked a little bit earlier about being in the church. Did you sing in the church?
Yeah, that's like a thing, man. Like that's what we were saying, my parents ordained ministers, so like first it started off with, reading a prayer, reading a passage out the Bible or whatever, and then it became, you got to sing. Like, what? Like, oh, like, remember they were like, you got to do a solo. I'm like, I got to sing a solo? They were like, yeah. I'm like, what? Like, this is crazy. Like, I'm not prepared for this. But I actually was. And, like, I don't remember if it was good or not. I just remember I had the confidence to do it. And, didn't really do music like that much. I was always interested. I think in 8th grade, I wrote a rap for, like a social studies like thing.
Yeah.
And it was like about transportation, and me and my homie wrote a rap, and we like won the competition, but we didn't even know it was a competition. We were just trying to get a grade, and then they were like, oh, well, you got to the finals, and like we both were like, we don't care about no damn finals. Like we ain't trying to be the spokespeople of like this district. Like what the fuck? Because we're black too. And we're like, fuck that. So we didn't go, and I don't even think we told our parents. Like we just like, no. Saturday morning, it was like at 9 a.m. I'm like, we're not about to go do that. I don't care. Then we won that, and they were like, oh, but you guys weren't there, so they gave it to somebody else. And we were like, shh, whatever. But yeah, so it was cool.
Yeah.
I've been doing music for my whole life. I just didn't know like what I wanted out of it, and at a certain point, I was getting in a lot of trouble. Like just in and out of jail, drugs, just bad decision making on my part. And my homie Pete Sakes from Pontiac, Michigan, because that's where I was at in Pontiac. He kind of just sat me down one day and was like, man, we doing this. If you want to go do that, that's cool. He's like, but you can come do this over here. And at the time, like I would drop little raps here and there, and but I was like running around, making moves, plays, doing what I got to do, because I was trying to like discover and find myself,
Yeah.
And after that, I was able to record like whenever I wanted. He kind of let me stay at his crib, and we just like kept recording, and like until I was able to build my confidence up to be like confident at rapping and be like, like, oh, I'll put this up against whoever. Like I wasn't that good back then, but I was. I definitely wasn't. I was listening. He just released a bunch of old stuff on the internet, and I was just like, bro, what are you doing? Like, don't do this to me, dog. Like, I already got stuff that's out that's like, but people like it still, so like, I won't take it down. But it's like, that some of that stuff wasn't so good.
That's how you know you always are improving as an artist, though, if you continuously look back and you're like, what the fuck did I just make?
Yeah. I think me and KP were talking about that earlier, about how I've been able to, like every new thing is, like, getting so much better than the other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I got to continue, like, on that path, because it's fun, I love creating. Like, that, to me, that's the most important part. Like, whatever people want to, like, make it in the rap game, like, once my music got on Spotify and iTunes, like, I was like, I made it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm that old to where, like, we only cared about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we only wanted to have, like, our stuff in the same spot as all the other, you know what I'm saying? Like, Nas, my shit's in the same spot where you can get Nas or fucking Biggie or whoever the fuck else. So, like, to me, like, that's why people like, oh, you make it, you never make it. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I already did. Like, I have shows, I could do bigger stuff, but, like, that comes with a cost that, a lot of people aren't necessarily familiar with.
So what is, like, your next thing that you're striving towards? Or do you have something else that you're like, I made it to Spotify, I'm having these shows now, this is the next thing I want to try and work towards?
Honestly,
yeah,
I want to, like, start a wrestling promotion.
No, yeah, that's
I
sick.
really do. I've been, like, trying to meet a bunch of black wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? Like, people black, not necessarily black, but, like, hip hop based, like, people that are into wrestling, and try to, like, branch out and do, like, rap and wrestling stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because like, they're pretty much, like, in that same line of, like, pop culture right now. Like, wrestling's getting really big. Like, people are like, we all know it's fake, you know what I'm saying? Like, we get it, but so is every single other thing that you fucking consume. You know what I'm saying? Like, so even sports.
I was gonna say, if it's entertaining.
Okay, man. Hey, it is what it is. Like, I love sports. I'm about to go watch it tonight. But I realize that it's a business. And if they're not maximizing profits, then you're doing it wrong. So, right.
Yeah. So you were talking about Pontiac, Michigan. Are you from Michigan? Or are you from Chicago? Because I saw in your Instagram you tagged Chicago, Detroit, and Kalamazoo.
Yeah, because I honestly don't have a home technically. Like, I was born in Chicago, West Side. My parents went to Crane. You know what I'm saying? I lived in Rockwell Gardens, if you guys know what that is. It was a super maximum prison that they let people live in. It's horrible. But, I survived that, didn't have to go through that, lived in Michigan with a bunch of white kids. Like, they're fucking skateboarding and stealing BMX bikes and shit. So, like, it was chill. I didn't have to do much. But I always wanted to come back to Chicago. And I was afraid because I was like, I don't know anyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's so big, but pause. But yeah, it was just like,
family out here, huh?
Yeah, but family, like, my family, they ain't really into this type of shit I'm into. You know what I'm saying? And, like, so, like, I don't want to, like, can't bring everybody to everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got my Uncle Mello, I love you. He just sometimes, some places, like, he do a lot, you know what I'm saying? And, like, it's just, I don't want him to have to try to, like, look cool for me, you know what I'm saying? And try to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro, just don't come. Because it could get there. Like, security might ask him a question that he'd be like, well, why you asking me that? Or I ain't doing nothing. And next thing you know, he getting in his feelings. And, it's just where he's from. It's how he's raised. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
No, I'm kind of the opposite in a way, where I'm from Michigan and now came to Chicago, but I still have that where my family, a lot of them, is that small town, so it's like, some of them are like, oh, I'll come to Chicago and whatever. I'm like, you're going to have a heart attack if you come to Chicago and get asked one question by a dude on the street. Right. Like, I don't know.
Where are they from in Michigan? Where are you from in Michigan?
I'm from Buchanan, and then I moved to Three Oaks.
Buchanan, damn.
It's okay if you don't know it. It's like less than 4,000 people in the whole
Well,
town.
what part of the state?
I'm like 20 minutes from the border of Indiana.
Oh
So
yeah,
I'm doing the
you big West Coast.
down here.
Yeah, okay, for
Or
sure. Oh
here.
damn, yeah. Buchanan. I feel like fucking what's the name stay over by there? Our boy fucking Welshheimer. I think he lived kind of over by there.
Where's
Like
he from?
he's from Kalamazoo area, I think. Like
Okay, yeah, Kalamazoo's
Dewajak.
like Dewajak. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not too
we got
far.
friends from out there. Like I went to.
St. Joe.
I
Yeah.
we were in Kalamazoo for a little bit doing. We started this. Me and my brother Scooby. I make sure I shout him out because last time I didn't on the interview.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "Who's this jackass in the back shooting his shot against you?"
Fucking he was out in Kalamazoo and we went out there and went crazy with the music. That's actually what got me to come here because I was like, man, we just went and took over a whole college town, you know, just off of an idea. I'm like, so, and I got a bunch of like training like on how to like do events and like networking and shit like that. So I took all that knowledge and like brought it to Chicago.
Yeah.
And tried to figure it out. It's going pretty good right now. I can't even lie. Like out of all the shit that I've been like trying to like manifest, it's literally happening. And it's after I stopped doing everything because like my mom died last year.
I'm sorry.
And yeah, it sucked really bad. Like it was just like a weird thing I would always say to people like it would be like, oh yeah, you know, my mom died, and I'd be like, damn, like I don't understand like what that even means. You know what I'm saying? And so when it happened, I was like, man, this shit is horrible. I'm like, I don't understand people that can just like pretend like nothing's wrong. Like I did for a minute, but then it, you know, after a while, I had to really just be like, dude, all right, it's a wrap on that. Like, what do you do now? And like, are you gonna just sit and be sad, or are you gonna like actually use that energy to like do good? You know what I'm saying? And I still was like unsure, and then stuff just started happening that it was out of my control. Like situations where like it was like, okay, if you don't do this, then you're ignoring your signs. You know what I'm saying? Like it's obviously blatantly pointing and telling you to do this. So, and it's working. So I'm just gonna keep doing it, keep focusing on like the positive stuff, because sometimes I'll get caught up in the negative parts of music. You know what I'm saying? Like I hate artists. You know what I'm saying? Like I hate artists. I do not like you guys at all. Like I like people. You know what I'm saying? I just hate personas and like egos. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not fun dealing with. Like it's the reason why, you know, a lot of crews and cliques like fall out is because there's like no actual like plan. Like everyone has ulterior motives, and it's like it's hard to get a collaborative effort together to complete some shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I like to just stay alone and do solo shit, and then I don't have to depend on anybody. You know, like, oh, we got a show tonight, bro. Oh, well, my girlfriend's pissed at me. Like, oh shit, so you can't come? Like, like, you know what I mean? Like shit like that happens.
Yeah.
I've been going through it. When it's just me, if I don't go, it's because I don't go. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't because, oh, we didn't go together. Well, I need everybody to roll with me. Like, no, we move in dolo, because that's really what it is.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. So I also on your Instagram saw you got your own weed collection, Keef collection.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
This is probably the most important thing that I'm doing right now. I'm a big weed guy. I know probably a lot of you guys are. Like, you know, no judgment. But I'm like growing weed now.
Yeah.
I've been growing weed for probably about 5 years. For my own like craft batches, you know what I'm saying? People always be like, well, let me get a pound. I'm like, you sound stupid. Like, no, I don't sell pounds. I don't even sell to my friends. I come through, you know, bring some blunts, you know what I'm saying? Even though I don't smoke them. I don't know why I even said that, but just come through, man. I don't sell. I don't have enough to sell to anyone. So we're not doing no drug deals with the weed. But what I am doing though is I'm selling plants, seeds, clones, and stuff like
Nice.
that. I'm trying to get people to grow their own shit. Like the weed's horrible. You guys have no idea what they do to it.
Yeah.
I've seen like on the lower scale, like grow ops, in Michigan, and they'll take shortcuts. So I imagine they're taking shortcuts. So what are the big corporations doing? You know what I'm saying? Like they're not, they got friends at the lab, you know what I'm saying? Like they're doing all type of stuff. They're like rolling the weed in keef and then sending that in for like testing, and like there's just so many loopholes because the system's like so broken that it's just all about a money grab, and I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
I just want people to know that you can grow it yourself, and it's like not that crazy. It's just like having a dog, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
A wee dog.
I mean, yeah, except for like he'll die. You have to kill him.
You gotta cut him
Like,
up.
yeah, you gotta. But I mean, you can have another one already ready to go. You got 5 dogs ready, and they just keep going.
Keep
Nice.
going, dog.
Because that's the legal number is 5 plants. You have to have your medical card, which I recommend everyone get, like, period. Just because Illinois' laws are stupid. I don't know how they have rec, but you can't grow your own. That's unbelievable. But yeah, it's just mainly like black people stop buying street weed. I mean, like support, the community, but it's like it would be easier if you like all were to grow your own weed and then start your own like network instead of like literally making like the cartels rich,
Yeah.
because you're just bringing whatever they're doing to the weed. They're just bringing it back to your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So you're giving this shit to your people, and who knows what's in it,
I have a question about, like you said, cutting corners. Like what? Like, give me an example of a way someone can cut a corner.
Okay, so you have PM, which is powdery mildew, growing on your plants. It can like catch fire, like not catch fire, but like it can spread through like the wind. You know what I'm saying? So one plant might develop PM, and then all of a sudden you get a couple like spores are flying around all the other plants. Then next thing you know, there's 5 or 6 that are infected. Sometimes instead of like actually like tossing these plants, they'll just like dunk them in a hydrogen peroxide water mix. You know what I'm saying? And like it kills it kills it, but I mean,
Now you smoke a hydrogen peroxide.
with water, it's not a lot of hydrogen peroxide in there, but there's, that stuff doesn't necessarily come out like right away, I would imagine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that shit, like literally, like I got a box of it sent to my house, and it came and like it exploded, like literally exploded in the box, and like got it open, and it was like, dude, this shit's already busted out of the case because it's like highly volatile and like it's super like combustible type shit.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
yeah, and another thing is just just pesticides and just like the idea of like black people and just brown people, anybody who's like growing your own stuff. Like if you can grow weed, you can grow anything. You know what I'm saying? Like mushrooms, fucking tomatoes, lettuce, fucking, because weed's pretty like it's hard. Like in the sense you gotta be watching it every day, like making sure you're not doing.
I think Ron's over there laughing. He thought you were talking about other shrooms.
No, I mean no.
No. You good? No, I remember I was laughing because I'm assuming I'm a lot older than you guys, but back when I was smoking weed heavily, probably like late high school, I took some seeds out of my weed because I had weed that had seeds in it, and I tried to grow some in my windowsill, and that shit was just terrible. What you said is not easy to grow. I just laughed.
Wait, you did some seeds in your window?
I tried to. I had like a little cup that so I sprouted them.
Right.
Like in like a paper towel.
Oh, nice.
With a little water. You know what I'm saying?
That's the old school.
They sprouted, and then I put them in dirt in my windowsill, but I feel like I got clovers instead of weed. I don't know how that happened.
No, well, I'm gonna tell you what happened is that so this is just a quick little weed lesson. In order for the plant to flower, it has to like go into like 12-12. Like it has this, you have to simulate like the harvest season. You know what I'm saying? So like in the summer, there's a certain point where the sun is 12 hours a day of light, and then it'll go down from there until like fucking fall. You know what I'm saying? So you have to simulate that in real time. So you never got into flower. Like for whatever reason, your plant never got that consistent 12 hours of light a day to like initiate the process of like flowering. So you can flower, like I've seen videos of dudes flowering in little small ass cups. Like they'll get like probably like a quarter off each plant. But it's like funny, like, cause it's just like trying to understand like how the roots work and shit. Like, yeah, I don't want to turn this into like a weed.
Well, no, it's cool. There's like a lot of science behind it.
No, for sure. It's a lot of science. But
Yeah.
it's all like,
Yeah.
like that's another reason why, like, I know we were talking about this before and I don't want to get super deep into that, but like creation, you know what I'm saying? Like, plants are literally replicas of us. You know what I'm saying? Like they literally cut, they bleed, they breathe, they like literally like get sick, and like, you know what I mean? Like you can, like, this is the same situation. Like how you feed them, like their stomach is the root base. You know what I'm saying? The root ball. Like they're like, you know, there's just so much stuff that's going on. It's so similar, and it's like it makes sense. Like it's the perfect medicine. You know, like I said, my mom just died from pancreatic cancer. Like my parents super religious. There's like, I'm like, the weed though, and they're like, no, we gonna trust in God. I'm like, okay. I mean, you know, can't say shit about it, but at a point, my mom was like, she wanted to try it, you know, because I'm like, they're feeding her these fucking heavy fucking narcotics, and she's like barely able to kick it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, dude, like, I want to kick it with her. Can we not fucking keep giving her this heavy fucking opioid shit? Right. So she was like, oh, I want to try some of the oil. And I'm like, what? Like, because I make my own coconut oil. And I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. So I bring it over. I hook it up in some spaghetti and shit. She smashes it like as much as she can. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we're sitting there kicking it. And she just kind of like, I feel kind of loopy. I'm like, hell yeah. Like yo,
That's how you know it's working.
Right. She's like, Ronnie, you know what you did to me? I'm like, yeah, like, this is going to help you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so we leave and we come back the next day and they're like, dude, she slept the whole entire night. And when she woke up, she ate everything. And I'm like, and I just looked at him like, I fucking hate you guys. Like, this is what I've been trying to tell y'all from the beginning. Like, the shit is not a lie. Like, it's a reason why it's been around for so long. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we didn't have this, if it wouldn't be medical, they wouldn't have that if it wasn't proven. You know what I'm saying? They can't come out and federally say, yo, this shit is fucking, will save your life. Because then they got other shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna say this is the good medicine, but while you're trying to push this, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's all cap.
Yeah.
But that's just America.
So you recently released an album not that long ago, to the max.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's 5 songs featuring Kung Pao. Why y'all laughing?
Because it's funny. Oh my god, that project.
Well, no, I gotta hear it now.
I mean, yeah, it was literally like he was about to go to Miami for school. And I was like, dude, we don't have any music together. You're not leaving until we finish this project. And we literally stayed up for like 3 days straight. Like, no bullshit. Like, I let him go home like for a couple hours each day. But I was like, dude, you're coming back over here. Like, because I was like, I can't. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got to finish this shit. Mm-hmm. And we still didn't even really finish it. Like, because it like got to the point where he was like fucking boycotting like the mix. I was like, he's like, I'm not doing this shit. I'm like, bro, come on, we're almost done.
Like hours of mixing and recording. Like,
yeah.
We're really trying to get it to
the
max.
Right, yeah, to the max, but, for sure.
Yeah. I remember even the album art, we were like, not this one. Like 10 times.
Yeah, we didn't.
That.
No one yet understood what we were trying to accomplish until the very end, and it was just like, whatever. We just wanted to just drop it because I hadn't dropped anything for a while. I was like, dude.
Like 2 years.
Yeah. Like I said, my mom died.
2 years.
But yeah, you were taking
I
a
was
break.
trying to. I didn't know. I've been recording like a motherfucker.
Yeah?
I just like didn't want to put anything out because I got like a really important project that I'm dropping, and like I just want to make sure that like I had some stuff that I was gonna put out, but it just didn't. I was like, if it don't leave, if I don't export it, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
to listen, then it probably won't make it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
a lot of stuff just still like in GarageBand or Logic or whatever, and I just didn't. This was like something that I dropped it on SoundCloud, and like people were like, "This is fire," and I'm like, "For real?"
I was gonna say it's your most listened to on Spotify right now.
Yeah, it's probably because it's new and like,
The max?
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All 5 of them are in the top 5.
yeah. There's some people that specifically were like happy that I put it on streaming because I had it on SoundCloud, but like no one really listens on SoundCloud. At least in my demographic, everyone's like Spotify. I don't get it. I literally hate Spotify. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
There's
not
a
a
lot of
fan.
issues with their algorithm.
I mean, I don't even care about the algorithm. I just don't like how they get money. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all fucking bitches. It's fucking Spotify. Y'all low key ruined the music industry. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, Spotify, the way that people like look at fucking monthly listeners, like that shit like ruined like how they have the numbers of like how many listens on every fucking song. Like, who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? How many other motherfuckers heard this song already? Like, that don't make me feel cool that I'm the fucking 87th million person that listens to this. Like, it's fucking, it kind of
Yeah.
demeans other music that isn't as popular. You know what I'm saying? Because people are so fucking, like, a lot of people who listen to music aren't really music fans. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of just like, well, this has a lot of listens. Let me.
Well, I was gonna say that there's a lot of I think it's weird. It's one thing if you're the artist and you can see like you can be like, okay, this people like this direction more, or this song. It's weird that on the outside perspective, like I can go onto your stuff and see, okay, this is your most popular song, because then it's like I find a new artist, I just listen to whatever their most popular song is,
Right.
and call it quits. And it's like they have all this other backlog of amazing stuff, but just because
Right.
this one song blew up,
Right.
everyone thinks that's who you are.
Right, which is cool. I like that part of it. It's just the whole like, even like the idea of like streaming in itself is like, I'm not a single guy. Like, I don't like to drop singles. I think that's fucking like boring. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh,
Yeah.
here's one song. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that. Like, I like projects. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I want to hear what you've been working on. Like, I don't want to hear one song that you made on one night and like, oh, okay, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like an event. Like, I want it to feel like I'm here for something. Like, instead of just like, that's why I'm like I said, with the disses and all that stuff. Like, it's just like, well, what's the real end game here? Like, y'all about to fight it out in the streets? Like, no, bro, y'all fake beefing on rap for like #1 supremacy when we all know who actually has the #1 supremacy, because the fucking numbers show the fucking shit is Drake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's not even competition. Like, in all honesty, like I love all those guys, but Drake is obviously the most successful one. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to talk about lyricism, that's subjective. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what are we really talking about? Nothing. We're talking about who do you like the most. It's not who's the best, because there is no best. Even if you go by best, you gotta go by numbers, and numbers are Drake. So there's the answer. Over.
Yeah.
There's no, even if Kendrick drops a fucking and kills him, nigga, I still am better than you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you rapped good right now. I literally make songs that keep me fucking at the top of the charts every single time. You are, I mean, Kendrick to me is just doesn't make that great of songs. He does great projects, but his like actual like songs, they're just like, they don't touch everyone. They kind of like are for a specific like group of people. Like Drake, like Hotline Bling, like Kendrick could never make a song that, even though that song is not like a fucking great song in a sense, but it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a hit. It's a fucking classic. People will play that song forever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And a wide range of people too.
Right.
Age groups and
it's a grandma right now talking about some. You used to come in your cell phone, but even just like the idea of like that touches more people than anything Kendrick ever talks about. Like, he's just too political. Like nobody wants to. Some people don't like to go to music and go to CNN. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to hear the fucking. Sometimes I just want to hang out. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to feel like guilty about how these kids in the ghetto like are struggling and how we're oppressed. Like we know we're oppressed, bro. Like we don't need. I mean, in my opinion, I don't need it. I'm not a fan.
So you got a Kendrick diss on the way there.
No, bro. We literally were the first people to be on Kendrick, bro. We brought Kendrick to Detroit. Like we were the first. We were the ones that checked to push the button on Kendrick to come to Detroit the very first time he ever came. I have documentation, video documentation of this.
He shut down our website. What you're always. He's the one who said it, and then he called our homie on the cell phone, and it was Kendrick.
So
we got live actually.
Long story short. I was tapped in with Live Nation, working with Live Nation in Detroit, and one of the junior buyer we were business partners, and she hit us up one day and was like, "Hey, I got this artist. He's got the co-signed by Dr. Dre. Like no one knows about him yet." And she sent me like a video, and it was Michael Jordan. The Michael Jordan song. You guys heard of it? Michael Jordan, bitch, bounce, bounce, ho. With Schoolboy Q on it. You guys? It's Kendrick, yeah.
Is that
Think I'm too much for you niggas and three much for you hoes. I think it's not overly dedicated. But I'm not sure because we weren't really listening to Kendrick. We thought Schoolboy Q was the star. Because we were like, Schoolboy Q's cool as hell. He came, they're like, can you get Schoolboy Q some weed? And we were like, what? Like, come on, man. Like, really? Like, yeah. And then so we went around all day trying to get Schoolboy Q weed because like we had to try to find like the best weed. And then by the time we got some, they were like, oh, he already found some. I'm like, okay, cool. So we went to the show. Everything was cool. Kendrick was super humble, nice guy. We called our boy because he was actually the real Kendrick fan. Because we were just like, oh, he's dope. But we like Schoolboy, but he liked Kendrick. And we called him and Kendrick talked to him on the phone and shit. Like, we have a video and all that shit. You guys can possibly like put that in there. But yeah, man, I love Kendrick. Section 80 is probably one of my top 5 favorite albums ever. Like that is such a great project. Like it was fun, it was real, and it had its like stuff that like mattered. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like he was at a good medium there. Like the newer stuff, like Damn, I love that one. I love Damn more than any of the other stuff. Like the Big Steppers or what was the other joint? I hate that album.
That was good.
It was fine. I don't listen to rap for that. That's not what I put. When I put a tape in, I'm not fucking like, no, bro, I'm good, bro. I want to hear the shit. I want to hear the songs, bro. I want to hear the bars. I want to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Damn was fire. He went the fuck off on that shit. He rapped. Like, there was a couple songs, like, what was that, Love Song or whatever? That song's fire, though. You know what I'm saying? But that was, like, he fired. I'm not a Kendrick hater, bro. I don't want to go into
you Kendrick, so you can't.
I'm not a hater, bro. I love Kendrick. I just don't care for his political like subject matter.
Well, yeah, you can say like that someone's a good artist, but you don't personally like the stuff that they come out with. You know, like you can disconnect from that.
He's fired.
Or it's like people perception of Kanye, right? Like a lot of people like the old Kanye, you know, versus new Kanye.
It's the same dude.
It's the same dude, but
it's all wrestling.
Subject matter and
it's all you got. Like it's all.
I liked Kanye's project. I thought it was sonically phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Like I listen for shit like that though. Like lyrics are overrated a lot of the times. You know what I'm saying? Like my homie, he's a big Joyner Lucas guy. I hate Joyner Lucas, but he was like, dude, you gotta listen to these songs. And there's like 3 songs he made me listen to, like literally like after every song, he's like, oh, what do you think about that one? I'm like, oh my God. Because we're from Detroit, so like big Eminem shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all love. Like we love Eminem, but he like still likes Eminem. Like not that I don't like Eminem anymore. I'm just, like I said, lyrics are overrated. Like I like to have fun and like understand like what's the move, like what's the vibe like right now.
You're
like,
more the vibe than the lyrics.
No, but lyrics are super important. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got vibe and you just rapping the same words over and over again, then you lose me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say like Drake is able to be like elite.
You gotta find that balance.
Right, exactly. Like my whole persona, like when I started to rap, my name was Tactics, aka Yung Tact. And I was like trying to like I wanted to be like if I could be like Fabulous mixed with like Jadakiss and like like have like that like you know like three like very like commercially like popular people that were able to still like be like connected to the essence of the of rapping, you know what I'm saying? Like the like elite lyricism. And like to me that was like what would be the easiest way. And then, you know, the whole blog era came out to where you didn't have to rap about like killing people anymore. So a lot of different avenues were opened up to different type of experimentations on shit like that. So it'd be turned into what did you see now?
Nice.
A disaster. Right.
Awesome. It's been so great having you here. Next up, we are going to be doing a little quiz. You forgot a little bit about that. You said you were a good quiz taker. We'll see. We'll see how you do.
I said test taker. I don't
Test
know about
taker?
quiz. Quiz.
Little pop quiz for you.
Pop quizzes be fucked up. I'm not good at pop quizzes. I'm good at tests though. If it was a test, man. But no, let's go. I'm ready though.
All right, cool.